So right now we're following Adrenalynn and her husband to the shop. That's them right there. Yeah, so.
My name's Adrenalynn, and we're at my husband's tattoo shop, Psycho Clown. You can get to
Psycho Clown.
and you can get to PCtattoo.com. We do pretty much every kind of body modification: tattoos, piercings, brandings, scalping, scarification, implants, tattoo removal. I also have my own tattoo shop, Adrenalynn Incorporated, and we also run a photography/videography company called International.net. And that's pretty much the mini book report.
Cool. Why don't you give my women's studies class a beautiful class, nice way?
Hi, women's studies class.
Why don't you tell my intelligent, wonderful, super outspoken professor, hello?
Hello, super outspoken, wonderful, super great professor.
And my two partners in my project, Madison and Johnny.
Hi, Madison and Johnny, partners in the project. I was like the prodigy kid, like with dance and modeling and band, and I started getting bad around like 11 or 12, which I was like really young, but no one really knew about it. I didn't always get A's, but I got like A's and B's growing up, and I was like super dancer kid. I like never broke a rule or anything.
Jobs prior to your current occupation.
I don't, my life story,
industry?
No. I've never really had a normal job. I grew up doing print modeling. Like when I was about 5, really, I started doing print modeling. I was on with Kim Dawson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I would leave school to do photo shoots and like commercial interviews and stuff like that. And then I grew up doing ballet, so I would have like the occasional, I would teach ballet classes or run rehearsals. Because also, there's a few years that I did clarinet, like I did classical clarinet too. And so really the only job I had was teaching ballet and modeling, and then I went to college, and then basically I started doing this job.
College did you go to?
I went to SMU.
Really?
Yeah, on
Nice.
scholarship.
Wow, from dancing? I
Part academic and mostly dance. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
I've done a lot.
So, let's see. We got Plano East or Plano, SMU.
Yeah.
Did ballet, live instructing.
At Chamberlain Ballet and Hathaway.
I'll take
Ballet.
the way you said that, I feel like that's real fancy. So how'd you get, like what made you think, I would like to take a picture topless?
It was the second year of school, which I only went to school like maybe 2 weeks that year. And
Wait, which school?
At SMU. I wilded out in college. I won't say I didn't. I like wild out. But I was talking to this photographer. This is scary. Women's studies class, don't ever do this. I was talking to this photographer on the internet and met up and took some pictures. And because I had been looking at this Suicide Girl site, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. That's so cool. And took some pictures, and thank goodness, I didn't end up in the back of a trunk somewhere. He was like a credible photographer. My husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, and we started shooting pictures and doing all that stuff, because he pretty much was like, don't be taking pictures with random strangers, what the hell are you doing? And then I started doing Suicide Girls, and that's when it all started. My experience with porn is not like a lot of other people's experience with porn, because I plan to do it. Some people, like a stripper, it's like their last resort, like, oh, I gotta do this, I need money. I wanted to do it. I had a business plan when I went in, and it wasn't like that for me, I guess.
Family.
Yes.
So like extended family, how do your parents or cousins, or how do they go about like you doing this?
I didn't tell anybody for a while, but everybody knew. Like people were like, this is weird. Like my friends' dads and stuff were like looking at the porn. They were like, telling my mom, like, we think your daughter's doing porn. Like, no. Yeah.
Oh wait, so they found out through like word of mouth or anything?
No. Yeah, pretty much. They didn't know if it was true or not. Whatever. Maybe a year and a half. And me and my mom didn't talk all that much, and then randomly she called me, and it was late one night, and I guess I was just feeling like whatever, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm in Vegas, and I'm shooting a porn. She was like, oh, okay. And she
come on.
She was like kind of like, she was more concerned like about my health and stuff. Like she knew what she was gonna do about it, She was just like, she basically was concerned about, did I know the risks I was taking? And a lot of the girls in porn are like 18 to 20 from the Midwest. They've never
that's my class.
They've never they've never seen LA. They've never been around famous people all the time. And as soon as you get into the porn scene, you go to party scene, that's pretty much what it is. And some people can't handle that. And pretty much every porn set has got drugs and just all kinds of madness like readily available. And they also kind of go out there and they get used up by everybody because they do a little bit of drugs and they get promised X amount of money, and then when they get there, it's a different scenario. Like maybe a year-ish after the naked pictures, it was something I thought about and I like really wanted to do. And I told my husband, he was like, you're 20 years old. Think about that for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, like he saved me from a lot of things.
Luckily for us, we have your husband here, and we get to hear his perspective.
Dun dun dun.
Hand that camera that way.
He's pretty raw.
Yeah.
PG-13.
So, how do you feel about your wife mingling naked with other? You have to do like a film or something? You guys have to do like a talk prior to that, or you just?
Well, we always discuss who she's working with, or you know, of course, the pay rate. You know,
Yeah.
if it's worth it.
Yeah, and any scene too, I'm really specific with like a lot of girls. They just, they just sign up for a scene, but like I've only shot maybe 15, 16 scenes in 3 years, and some girls shoot over 200 a year. So I'm really specific and picky about the caliber, who I'm working with, what the final result's gonna be, and what exactly is going down. Like I want to know like scripts, I want to know scenarios, I want to know everything. So.
Yeah, it's cool that you have a husband that backs you so much.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like any future family plans now, kids?
But yeah, my dog is my baby. I'm too selfish. I live an adult lifestyle. I'm selfish, and I worked for 20 years on this belly body.
We can even like shake you for saying that because at least you can admit it. Like,
Yeah.
it takes away all the harshness that.
Well, a kid is 18 years and then some, so no thank you. I got shit to do.
Right? Pornography is. People say it's sexually liberating, but it's doing the direct opposite. Like it's oppressive towards like the women.
This isn't for English classes.
I hope not. I hope she don't grade me on my
Dang.
But no, but as in general, for instance, the guy comes in super assertive and the women have to be passive about it.
Well,
like,
it just depends on the porn. And I mean, there's something for every. I mean, there's femdom porn where it's guys bent over. Can I say taking strap-ons in the butt? Can I say that? Because I just did.
Yeah.
Edit it out.
Strap-ons in the butt.
There's different kinds of porn. There is porn that degrades men. There is porn that is very super lesbian, where it's women dominating women. There's porn where it's men sitting in the corner not getting any sex, watching people pop balloons. There's all kinds of porn. It doesn't all degrade women. There is a niche for that. And
So I have a quote for you. I want to see what your opinion is on it.
Okay.
Robert Morgan, he wrote a book, Theory and Practice, Pornography and Rape. Says that the act of rape is merely the expression of a standard, healthy, in quotations, and even encouraged male fantasy into $1 billion industry. How do you feel about that?
perhaps it's a male fantasy, but we had a whole conversation about how a lot of women, and I don't just speak for myself because I talk to a lot of women, I go to a lot of conventions and I see porn fans and I talk to regular people and I see people in shopping and I have women who work for me. A lot of women like to be pseudo-raped. That's not just a male thing. That's what I was saying, like the porn demand thing. People, we are a sick group of people. I mean, human nature and what we have now, like especially with the internet and stuff and how we can mass produce stuff and put it out there instantly and YouTube videos and like YouTube porn type stuff. We're gross people. We are desensitized and we are bored and we are doing some weird stuff.
Are you guys religious at all? I don't know what the Jesus cocks is. That's like...
Actually, that's the super
I was
religious
raised
one
a
over
preacher's
there.
child. So.
Really?
Yeah.
And you said you have a lot of preachers and stuff on your side of the family. So would you guys like carry that into your...
We just started going back to church actually. We go, well we have been, but when we're traveling it's hard to, but we go like every other weekend with the in-laws.
And anything y'all do go against y'all's practices or anything?
Pretty much everything we do.
Well, I guess that's a redundant question. But like, how do you guys feel about that? Is it just like, you know, you go to Sunday and like wash your hands and shake off the sins and like start fresh, or?
I know what I grew up on, but I couldn't tell you concretely what I believe.
It's a double whammy with like the whole porn breaks up marriages and it goes against religious practices. What is Kama Sutra? Like, that's like the Bible of like porn. And that's like one of the earliest like literature
I mean, what? I mean, we're
Scripture
humans.
is
We
whatever.
eat, we fuck, we sleep, we just consume. That's what we do. I mean,
Touché.
that's what we do. That's.
Okay, well, that concludes our interview. Adrenalynn, and on behalf of my class and anybody else who's watching this, thank you for an insightful perspective coming from somebody in the industry. So we know that you're like, all porn stars aren't aliens, that we're normal people with like regular lifestyles.
I don't know about normal, but yeah.
Close enough. We'll take it. But so,
Cool. Thanks, y'all.
goodbye.
Appreciate it.